In the film Alien in 1979, Ridley Scott didn't just release a film, he created a moment that changed cinema forever. Within the scene, a crew member collapses in agony, his friends are shocked, unsure, then there's a twitch, a scream, and then chaos, blood, horror, and a creature unlike anything I'd ever seen before. Today in our scene breakdowns, we're breaking down one of the most disturbing scenes in sci-fi horror history, and that comes from the Alien franchise, and that is Kane's final breakfast and the birth of the iconic xenomorph alien.
Oh, God!
This scene actually opens with a sigh of relief. The alien parasite is seemingly gone, Kane is awake, the crew is back to normal, they're gathered in the mess hall, joking, laughing, and well human again. The lighting in the scene is soft, the camera feels casual, observational, everything is ordinary. But that's the trick. The director Ridley Scott has deliberately slowed everything down here. So the suspense doesn't creep in really, because there doesn't seem to be any suspense even there. But this isn't really the calm before the storm, it's the illusion that the storm has already actually passed. So the scene gets really interesting. Kane coughs, but it's a little too hard. He spasms, he falls backwards violently, twitching. Panic sets in amongst everyone, but not just for the characters, for the audience as well. And that's the thing, the actors actually didn't know that these effects were going to come. Ridley Scott withheld the details of certain practical effects to provoke genuine reactions. So when that chest burster explodes from Kane's torso, you're not watching a performance from all the actors, you're actually watching pure, visceral instinct in the moment of the scene. Veronica Cartwright's scream is real. Yaphet Kotto's stepping back in horror, completely unplanned and real. The blood spray across everyone's face wasn't staged. It covered everyone, and it worked. The audience, like the crew, were caught completely off guard, and it created cinematic gold. Why does this scene still hold up today against modern movies? Because it violates the rules of horror. We expect horror to build tension and announce a scene, but in Alien, we are lured in with calm, and that calm is destroyed in a heartbeat. Plus, as mentioned earlier, the sound design is minimal, just some few screams, thrashing, the gurgle of something alive, and then the squeal, the iconic squeal of the xenomorph. Plus, the practical effects are so real. They're messy, tangible, biological. This isn't a clean sci-fi death, it's a visceral birth, framed more like a body horror film than a space opera. Ridley Scott blends genres here, sci-fi setting and a horror beat with a raw, organic fear. It's Cronenberg really, but with Kubrick's eye for control. Clinical, it most certainly is not. This moment and this scene turned Alien into legend. It spawned sequels, spin-offs and parodies. It burned itself into pop culture. The chestburster became shorthand for shock, for violation, and for horror that sticks in your throat and in your chest. Even people who haven't seen the movie know the scene pretty well and can probably get the reference or reference it. It was referenced in The Simpsons, in Spaceballs, and even in Toy Story, and that's how deep it cut. And let's be real, this scene isn't just about death, it's a subtle metaphor about birth and rebirth. An unwanted, a violent, a parasitic birth, and an alien life invading the human body and bursting out without permission or warning. It's terrifying because it's so primal and looks extremely painful. So as mentioned, this scene doesn't just produce a shock moment, it produces a thesis statement. It basically sums up what everything in Alien is about. The unknown, betrayal, fear, contamination, betrayal of the body, and basically being out of control and not being able to control the situation. It's all there, but it's all there in just a minute or two of screen time within this scene. And that's why this scene didn't just startle audience as mentioned, it defined what horror could be and what science fiction could look like. So if you enjoyed this breakdown of one of sci-fi's most shocking moments and pivotal scenes, hit that like button to help more films fans like yourself find it. Got a horror favourite scene that you'd like to cover next? Well, drop it in the comments below and we make sure we read them all. And if you're into iconic moments, hidden details in scenes and why great scenes like this work, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and remember the next time that someone tells you practical effects are dead, remind them of Kane's last meal and reproduce within your film that iconic alien chestburster scene. Thanks again.